I believe that wherever you are having a good time this morning, dear listener, as we just quickly jump into our morning reflection, dear listener, our morning reflection. And just being a Friday like any other, I just want to talk about, again, I like keeping it simple. And, I'm trying to make it work also, that anyone can be able to just do the simple things I talk about there. Today I'm talking about simple things that kill romance. Simple things that kill romance. And I'm talking about those who feel as though maybe your marriage is at a place, or relationship is at a place where it is fading away or drifting away. Just simple things that kill it, And when I talk about killing it, I'll be giving also within the same reflection ways to which the opposite of it, Number one, dear listener, thing that kills romance, and I want to build up small preamble here, is to say that many times, you hear people saying that the honeymoon ended, and I think that at times it ends because there are things that we deliberately do that kill it. There are things we deliberately do that push it away. So the things I'm mentioning are those things that actually do happen, and we kill the honeymoon, or we kill the romance, or we kill the connection, and we end up becoming roommates because there are things that we just did that could have been done maybe differently. Or if you're there now, then it's something you can change quickly. Number one is, living in tomorrow. Living in tomorrow. What is living in tomorrow? Living in tomorrow basically is when you postpone things that involve the relationship to another day. When you're constantly postponing things, you're postponing the date nights, you're postponing the holidays, you're postponing, doing something together, you're constantly moving things to another day, In another school of thought, that you've literally taken your foot off the gas. Imefika mahali gari on free gear. Because now you are at a place where the other priorities that have crept in, and you're thinking there'll be another tomorrow, there will be another day. One thing I once said in a forum I was talking a few years ago, is I said that one of the most interesting people to give advice on marriage, actually, is widows and widowers. And why I said widows and widowers, I said that because they have been in a position where they have loved and lost, and there's an understanding they have about tomorrow. There's an understanding they have about tomorrow, about postponing that conflict and moving it to another day and saying, I will not apologize today, I'll apologize tomorrow. Someone who has seen the outcome of tomorrow and wishes that they could go back to yesterday has got a very good a way of looking at things, has got a very interesting way of looking at things, because many a times, listener, we live in tomorrow, and tomorrow over time becomes culture. Because everything I move to tomorrow, I don't do today. And if I don't do it today, what do? I build a habit, and that, dear listener, makes it difficult to rebuild. Number two, dear listener, is having a sexual routine. Having a sexual routine. What do I mean about this? I mean that it has come to the place in the relationship where whatever happens, sex is in a routine phase, But offhead, unconsciously or subconsciously, you understand the beginning and the end. You understand the location. You understand everything about us becomes so predictable and so consistent in that predictability that it loses its spice, dear listener. It is important to understand that it is good that to keep the romance going and to keep the fire burning as well, it's good to always move things around, switch things around, create a bit of mystery, create a bit of interest, But many a times what happens is that people end up getting lost or straying in their, in their marriages. And whenever you ask a question, you always hear something strange. And one of the funniest but yet real answers I've had in my time as a relationship coach is, I was bored. And it's an answer that we look for so far deep, but comes out at the end of the day, someone says, truthfully speaking, I think I was just bored. And that's why you find that at times it's not bad people who have affairs. At times good people have affairs. At times a good man can actually cheat. A good woman can actually go out of her, can actually go out of her relationship. Why? It is because, dear listener, at times things just got a bit too stagnant. Number three, this is my personal favorite, is allow God in. Give God space in it, Because if you allow God in it, then their perspectives you'll be able to see. You'll understand fundamentals of marriage. One is love, two is forgiveness. When you understand those things about loving your spouse selflessly and always being willing to forgive from the angle of God, then it is easier to make the marriage work. So it's important to keep it going is also to allow God in. Because when you allow God in, what you also do is that you diffuse the bomb that is called silent resentment. The bomb that is called silent resentment gets diffused, dear listener. Number 4, I have done a video about this once, is there is nothing like a family bed. There's absolutely nothing like a family bed. So never say you have a family bed. What does Victor mean this? It means this, that children sleeping in their parents' bed is at times a very fun thing for the children. It's a great thing for the children to sleep in mom and dad's bed. But children are also the best contraceptive. They are an extraordinary form of birth control. And the family bed will sabotage your time as a couple. Kick those little children out of your room, please. They will not die, they will survive. Teach them that your bedroom is not a family room. Wasingie kwa bedroom yako ni kama ni family room. Your bedroom is not a family room. Please. It's important. And I see many couples making this mistake, and saying you come to a place, you silently convert your matrimonial bed into a family bed and the bedroom into a family room. The sitting room to family room, please. That's important. Those are things that we do. I know couples whose children are still sleeping in the master bed and the child is 3 years old. What is a 3-year-old child doing in your bedroom? That is almost a criminal offense. Next one is a very simple thing. Don't stop being kind to your partner. Don't stop being kind. How will that change anything in your relationship? Well, one of the top 5 things that actually make a marriage maintain a peaceful and a cohesive environment is kindness. Kindness is one of the key ingredients every relationship needs. Every human being desires someone to be, even the most unkind person hopes at some point that someone will be kind to them. So the moment we eliminate kindness, we are killing it. So you have to learn how to be kind. Yes. That's important. Jokesema, Santi, Pole, be kind, don't be cruel. The next one, again, is something I like talking about whenever I give talks to couples, is this. Always remember your spouse comes first. In fact, if I just read the way I wrote on my reflection, I write something simple. I say, always kiss your spouse first. What does Victor mean? It means that at times when you have got small children, I speak to the couples who have got small children, and the kids are small. It is easy for a father to come home and hug the children first. It is easy for a mom to come home and kiss the children first, and actually forget the husband, and actually the husband forgets the wife. It is important to note, dear listener, but it is good, to start with your spouse. Before you run to this irresistible offspring you have, remember you loved your partner first. Because at times you bypass them and you go start hugging the children, and you're calling children names and smothering them with kisses, and your partner is sitting there looking like someone who has been, who's wondering, am I a prop? Am I a chair? Am I a stool? Mbona naachwa? Very important. Then the next one, my personal favorite, and I'll stop with this, is text, communicate during the day. And this covers A to Z. When I say A to Z, I mean let everything fly in that text. And at times I've always said to some couples as well, talk about some things. Put some things that are rated R to your wife or to your husband. Things that are written, things that are rated R. The only thing you should ensure that your children don't stumble on the phone or anyone else doesn't stumble on your phone. But these are things we can tell our partners. And many times we tell people who are not our partners, and we tell them these R-rated things, yet in truth, if you told your partner, it would help. The only issue that I see in some couples is that people take it in a different way, and I wonder if in a marriage you can't have the space to speak about some things, then who do you talk to, So it is good to create room for that in your relationship, dear listener. And lastly, dear listener, understand your partner's language of love. That is important. Know your partner's language of love. If you know your partner's language of love, you'll always do that which they want to be done to them. Dear listener, in 88.3, this is Waumini Soul Food. I was talking about things that we do, simple things we do that kill romance. Simple things we do that kill romance, dear listener.